1.
Hello and welcome to my kitchen, which I have cleaned earlier, especially for you coming. I'm Edi Stark, normally heard but not seen. However, I interviewed Olivia Giles a number of years ago for Stark Talk, the conversation series, and like everybody, I was completely smitten by her. We've become great friends and you just can't say no to her. So I'm very happy to be able to help with this for 500 Miles, which is of course, you know, it's an inspirational and life-changing organisation. The person that's on the other side of the camera, the smartphone, is my friend Leslie, who
Hi.
maybe will wave into the mirror perhaps. Because one of the problems with this is we've got a mirror splashback, so you might well see Leslie in shot a few times. We've known each other since first year secondary school. She, I'm sure, can remember my disastrous cookery exam in first year when we had to cook scones. We had to do it without a recipe in front of us, and I couldn't remember how much milk to use, and I put in half a pint and it was just this great horrible sloppy mess, and I got 49%. However, it hasn't put me off cooking. I really like cooking for friends. It's usually pretty simple, and I've chosen to show you one of the soups that I make very regularly. Leslie can testify that she's probably eaten it dozens of times.
Delicious.
And it was very, very easy to make. So Leslie, if you'd like to come over to the worktop, I've set things out. You'll need a chopping board, knife, you need a big saucepan, a garlic press, a hand zizzer blender thing, which isn't there. And also for the ingredients, you need a huge bag of baby spinach. I've washed it here, you don't need to cut it or anything, it's dead simple. Frozen peas, I'm defrosting them to make it a bit quicker, but you don't need to, you can just do it straight from the freezer. Mint, which I have got from the garden because it grows like weeds, but again, you can get that from the supermarket. You'll need, did I tell you about the onion and garlic? I can't remember, but you know, you'll need onion and garlic. And a bit of creme fraiche for the end, or cream. If you're vegan, you don't need to have that. Also, I normally do it with olive oil when I'm cooking it, but actually if you want to make it really delicious, I would use butter again. Obviously you can't do that if you're vegan. And I've got homemade chicken stock here. It's quite important that you don't make that too strong because it overwhelms those really lovely green vegetable flavours. Again, if you're vegetarian, you can use vegetable stock, and you can just use an ordinary stock cube for it. I mean, you don't need to have homemade stock at all. And of course, you're going to need salt and pepper. So if we go over to the hob here, I'll just take what I'm going to need. I'm going to put on the ring there. What else do I need? I need to bring over the mint. I think that's us. So, as you can see, I've already cooked up the onion beforehand because it would take forever. It takes about 5 minutes probably to soften the onion. You want to get it nice and glossy like that. And as you're cooking the onion, add your crushed garlic. Not right away because it can burn quite easily. So that's probably fine. It's very slapdash, this soup. You can't really make too many mistakes, even if you burn the onion, honestly. Doesn't matter. So here's the spinach. So you add this in fairly large quantities, and you just want to make sure that that is wilting down. Stir it round. It's very satisfying doing this. Nice if you've got a big pot. This does make a lot, but it freezes very easily. Although I don't think it really gets in the freezer because it's always heating up here. Again, turning it round, you see it's all covered in that lovely butter that I'm using there. Right, I think I'll just put this in. I'm keeping some back because it's quite a good idea at the end when you're zizzing up to throw in the raw leaves. It gives it that zingier flavour, but also that fantastic garish green for your soup. So that's that. Pretty much wilted. Add your peas. I don't do too much measuring. I think it's 250 grams of the baby spinach and it's about 300 grams of the peas. Keep turning that round. And now, you just add your picked. Oh, I can smell that mint, it's yummy. Again, it's kind of, I can't really tell you how much mint to use. That's probably enough actually. Again, keep some to the end because you can add that once you've zizzed it. So that's that. It's gone down nicely. Add your stock. I've actually heated this stock beforehand so that it would make this a bit quicker. I didn't know what we'd talk about while it was all boiling up. As you can see, I've got a leaky jug here. Not brilliant. It's very easy when you make this to make it too thin, because I've seen people deciding that they would better actually drinking out of a mug than anything else. So there we are, that's that. Add that. And then I'm going to zizz this now and then add some of my leaves at the end. So, right, forgive the noise. Helps if I switch this on. So rather than us be here all day, I have, in great cookery programme style, prepared this earlier. So that's about the kind of consistency that you want. Obviously you add your salt and pepper to taste. I do quite like a lot of salt, I have to say. And remember about adding your spinach after you've zizzed it, just to get the right colour and consistency. So this has been heating on the hob. I'm going to take it across to the worktop, Leslie, so here we go. Oops, something's fallen. There we go, sieve on the floor. And then all you do is you just obviously stick it into a bowl. Not quite as messy as I'm doing it, obviously. And then you can either swirl some cream into it, which is quite pretty, or you just stick in a bit of creme fraiche to taste. And you can add, I'm just going to see if I can find a nice looking uneaten thing. There we go. And it's, as you can, honestly, it's so simple and it's lovely. So thank you very much indeed for joining me. It's been a great pleasure to be helping 500 miles. I wish Big Dinner 2 every success. And obviously, I hope that you'll enjoy the recipe. Thanks very much.